2 months, that's all it took. Just 2 months after the grand ribbon cutting, the big smiles, the photo ops, and the political claims of Mumbai moving forward, the newly inaugurated Vikhroli Railway Overbridge decided to showcase what can only be called its party trick. Not smooth traffic, not commuter relief, but something far more ironic: flooding. Yes, you heard that right. A flyover, a bridge built at an elevated level above the ground, actually went underwater. Think about that for a second. People in Mumbai have lived with flooding in subways, low lying roads, and underpasses. That's our tragic seasonal ritual. But a flyover flooding? That's a new milestone in the Hall of Fame of Mumbai's infrastructure failures. It almost makes you want to stand up and applaud the engineering genius that made this possible. And the best part? This wasn't some random low budget project. This was a rupees 200 crore bridge. A project stuck in the pipeline since 1997. A bridge that took 28 years from conception to completion. And yet, it needed only 60 days of monsoon rain to expose its flaws. Let's break this down, because what happened at Vikhroli ROB is not just another monsoon story. It's a case study in how not to build, how not to plan, and how not to spend taxpayers' money. From August 16 to 19, Mumbai has been on red alert. Heavy rain lashed the city, and like always, waterlogging reports poured in from every corner. But tucked among those reports was something new: the Vikhroli Railway Overbridge, that shiny, much delayed, newly inaugurated connector linking LBS Road to the Eastern Express Highway, went underwater. Not the entire bridge, mind you, but the LBS end slope, the slide slanting towards the Lal Bahadur Shastri signal, turned into a mini pond. Videos showed cars and bikes wading through water so deep it reached knee level. The irony was too much to ignore. People were literally stuck on a flyover because of waterlogging. That's not a scene from a comedy skit, that's Mumbai's reality. And this wasn't an accident of nature, this wasn't some act of God as officials like to call it. This was poor design, poor drainage planning, and complete apathy in execution. In short, another chapter in city's never-ending saga of costly yet broken infrastructure. Let's rewind. The Vikhroli ROB wasn't a project dreamed up yesterday. It dates back to 1997 when it was first included in the BMC's development plan. The idea was simple: give Mumbai's eastern suburbs a smoother east-west connection, help commuters skip railway crossings, decongest LBS and the Eastern Express Highway. Sounds noble, right? But what followed was anything but noble. The work order came only in 2018, 21 years later. Land acquisition issues, utility shifting, railway approvals, and endless paperwork kept it stuck. Then came COVID-19. Then came alignment changes, and by the time it was ready to open, costs had already ballooned. Original cost estimate rupees 70 crore, mid-construction estimate rupees 105 crore, and final bill around rupees 180 to 200 crore. That's nearly 3 times the sanctioned cost. And still, what did we get? A flyover that causes jams at both ends and now collects rainwater like a street gutter. Here is the thing, we already spoke about this in the earlier video. Even when the bridge opened in June 2025, it was obvious that the design was flawed. First, the lane situation. The bridge is essentially 3 lanes squeezed into two-way traffic. That means bottlenecks at both ends. On one side, LBS Road, already a nightmare, chokes further when vehicles descend from the ROB. On the other side, the Eastern Express Highway struggles to absorb the incoming flow. So instead of easing congestion, the ROB simply shifted it a few meters away. And now, add flooding to that list of design flaws, because clearly nobody thought of proper drainage on the LBS slope. How hard is it to anticipate that water flows downward? You don't need a degree from IIT for that. You just need common sense. But apparently, rupees 200 crore wasn't enough to buy that. Let's ask the most basic question. How does a flyover flood? By design, a bridge is elevated. Gravity should work in its favor. Rainwater should flow down into drains at ground level. But here, the slope itself became a water tank. Why? Because the approach roads and drainage systems weren't aligned properly. The stormwater drains that should have carried rainwater away either don't exist or don't function. The catch pits were either clogged, badly designed, or simply not placed at the slope end. So the slope became a collection point. Vehicles descending towards LBS were forced to plow through knee-deep water. This isn't just a joke, it's dangerous. Imagine a biker skidding on that slope. Imagine ambulances or fire trucks stuck. Imagine the sheer absurdity of a rupees 200 crore flyover turning into a shallow swimming pool within weeks of opening. So what's next? Should we start carrying boats on our car roofs? Should we petition for flyovers with built-in life jackets? Or maybe the next tender can include a clause for seasonal water storage as an added feature. Because if this is what 28 years of planning and rupees 200 crore of taxpayer money delivers, then maybe we should just accept it. Mumbai doesn't build infrastructure. Mumbai builds jokes, very expensive jokes. The Vikhroli ROB is not just a bridge, it's a symbol of how little value citizens get for the money they pay. A reminder that in this city, even a flyover can drown, and the only thing that keeps floating is corruption.